Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to Sheffield United, where I've got a 3-game end-of-season bonanza for you today, which means no fuss, no nonsense, no waffle. There will be likely some of that because you know what I'm like. Also, I need to get off this page. In terms of the Premier League, though, we sit on 76 points, 35 games played, Arsenal with a better goal difference, 3 points behind with a game in hand. That game in hand is against someone important, someone in the top 6. That's for certain. Don't know which one, I forget the order of their games, but they play Liverpool away next. Pretty soon they've got Man City and we play them on the final day. There is a 4th game in there. It could well be Chelsea. It is about Chelsea, yes. They play Liverpool away, Chelsea away, which is the game in hand, Manchester City at home, and then us at home. Yeah, their running's fun. So we just need to make sure we do our business, and if we can be in a position where the final game doesn't matter against Arsenal, that would be lovely. Don't hold out much hope though, because I know what football manager's like. So with a week in between all 3 of our remaining fixtures, we can go mostly full strength here. Xhaka in goal, Meza, Badiashile, Fofana, Walker at right back, Bergson, Jones, Neymar, Palacios, who, whilst gone off the boil a little bit, has been better in that attacking playmaker role, at the very least so far. Edwards on the right, Calvert-Lewin up front. In fact, I'll just make him more supportive and maybe that might change something. No idea. We'll see what happens. Maddison, apparently on a heavy match load. I don't know what's happened there. He hasn't played too many games. I think he's been involved in under-23s as he's been returning to fitness. So just letting Palacios take the lead for this one. Technically a better player, apparently now. Again, on paper, Marcus Edwards isn't the best player on that right-hand side, but he's English and he has potential, so I want to develop him. So away we go at Bramall Lane here. Fulham, the opponents, didn't really mention the opponents up until now, but Fulham are the opponents today. And then we have West Brom next, followed by Arsenal on the final day, as I said earlier. But Neymar on the ball here. I should have said on that right-hand side, Gallardo is returning to fitness. He is just coming back from his own injury. And apparently Sergio Gomez is actually better than the pair of them. He is left-footed, so I could use him perfectly fine over there. He's sort of like the Curtis Jones for the right-hand side. We've got Curtis Jones, of course, who can play on the left wing, currently playing in the deep line playmaker role today just because Brozovic hasn't been particularly great of late and he's had a few games, so I've just rotated Brozovic out of this one in particular. Carvalho on that right-hand side doing well. Not really sure what that was. Good block there. Good save there. I'm not really sure what the main part of that highlight was. There was a few opportunities. None of it really seemed super threatening. Jadon Sancho scored for Liverpool. That's massive news for us. Keeps Liverpool in the race technically, but we do need to lose all 3 games for them to be, well, involved in the title race. Sander Berge is injured. Well, that's lovely news. Brozovic is on anyway. You know what? This season, I'm super glad I brought in far too many attacking players because I actually have enough personnel to deal with these injuries that keep on happening. Particularly that right-hand side, Edwards and Gallardo, I'm pretty certain neither of them will be fit at the same time at any point this season. Also discovering that Jota could play over there was a revelation. The strength in depth has been wonderful. Edwards has had an attempt from distance. It's not particularly good, but it was good enough for a highlight. I love the fact that West Ham bought Gabbiadini for seemingly no reason at all. Badiashile goes close. I talked about these corner goals in the last episode. They have been happening a lot more frequently. And we weren't close again there. Free kick played short to Jones, Jones to Palacios. Neymar, lovely move this. If that goes in, oh, that would have been a goal. He was offside, but would have been a lovely goal. I'm giving you a chance, Edwards, and you're not taking it every time. In fact, Fulham, the better side. Although most of that was one chance at the beginning. Sander Berge is nervous, which is fine because he's not on the pitch. It would be nice if we could see something from our team. Oh, and Edwards is injured. Right on cue. Gallardo's just coming back to fitness, so it's about right. Jota comes on, and I've got to look at Calvert-Lewin again. Got to look at Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, he's coming off. Esposito on. There's a very, very good case to be made to not play Calvert-Lewin next match. I think Rob Holding might be on loan at Fulham already, and Esposito scores. So, yeah, Esposito starting the next game. I think Rob Holding might be on loan at Fulham already. I mentioned in the last episode Rob Holding being signed by Fulham in April for some bizarre reason. That might be why they might have triggered an optional. Loan fee. Well, a permanent fee from a loan. It's the only thing that makes sense because he's playing with them right now. He's well onside and great finish. Esposito bailing us out again. Can we not throw it away though? This is a highlight for them. They are going to get on the end of it. Lamina's in an awful lot of space. Don't know who's meant to be dealing with Caravay over here. I don't know if I pronounced his name anywhere remotely right. How are they just carving through us? What's going on here? Where are our defenders? Why are we not closing them down? Jones gets in the way of a pass finally. Neymar sort of tripping over another player here. Don't know who it is. Esposito's in some space. He's going to give it over to Jota. Great pass, and it's 2-0. It wasn't a particularly amazing pass, but I just mean in terms of seeing the run. you very rarely see attacking players make the intelligent choice in that area of the pitch in Football Manager. There's some kind of weird blinkering that goes on with players in Football Manager that doesn't necessarily happen quite as much in real life. Sure, it happens, but not to the level it happens in here. Arsenal did get a goal back, so 1-1 over there, I think that ended. And Palacios, really the only weak link in the end, 6.9. I wish we stopped leaving it late, because we left it late against West Ham as well. And despite losing, they avoid relegation. Good job, Fulham. So that's why they were particularly feisty today. Wait, they're like 12th. How are they even considered? Ah, yeah, mathematically that keeps them safe now. 3 or 4 weeks to purge, rest of the season. 1 day for Marcus Edwards actually, so that's fine. Champions League back for us, and we got the budgets as a result. 60 million, 2.2 million wages. It's about 200,000 more than we're already spending. About 300,000 more than we're currently spending, pretty much. Not sure if that's necessarily an increase, because I don't know how much space I had left. But 60 million is quite nice. And that, obviously, balance there doesn't factor in the end of season payment. 5 points the gap. There is a game in hand for Arsenal, and it happens in the middle of this week here. Right, here's the big game. Arsenal versus Chelsea here. By the way, just need to mention Man United, of course, because if they don't get Champions League football, I'm definitely going in for Harry Maguire. I mean, I'm going in either way, but it will make my life easier. They've played a few catch-up games, and they could get 6th at best with the one they've got remaining. So, European football's still on the cards. Champions League is a bit of a push. Thank you, Chelsea. I'm still going to include all 3 games, because obviously the last game is against Arsenal, but there is a chance, if Arsenal don't beat Manchester City, that we can win the title in the next game. We've got West Brom away, which obviously isn't easy this year, but this might be really anticlimactic. We appear to be playing them a day later. Arsenal versus Manchester City, actually the lunchtime kickoff either way. We're actually playing on a Monday, not even Sunday. But this could effectively seal the title now. It's 6 PM. We haven't had a notification saying we're champions, so they haven't lost, Arsenal, clearly. Well, they have lost. So that's anticlimactic. I think what I'm going to do now then is just show you the West Brom result or any great goals in it, and then we'll play the Arsenal match in full as proper. Apparently I'm a hero and 50-1 pre-season odds. Liverpool were the pre-season favourites. So last 3 winners, Chelsea, Sheffield United, and Neymar is overjoyed of winning the Premier League. There was one amusing thing that came through recently. I said Kyle Walker was on the verge of beating Bruno Fernandes' assist record, which is 13. Which would have been great if Pereira didn't have 20 assists already. I'll be honest, it's a very low-scoring year. 85 last year, goal difference. 85 is being won with 85 points both years. Is that broken? Is that a thing that has to happen? Because we win 2 games, 85 points. Jeff Bromage is getting the party started. It's 3 years in, that's allowed now probably. Barry, all well and good winning the English Premier Division, but there's work to do if we're to do well again next season. Barry, come on, live in the moment. Ronan Jojo, we're not ready for this success. We'll go backwards pretty quickly now. Doesn't matter, we won a Premier League. Enjoy it. Miguel's sick of the fans and players spewing self-congratulatory rubbish. Almost wish we hadn't won the title. It's not self-congratulatory. He's praising me. Read the room, Miguel. I should just say I did ask for a stadium expansion. Apparently we don't have a big enough fan base despite the fact we're selling it out every week. Might ask again at the end of the season. We are going to get better youth recruitment though now, so fingers crossed we'll actually have someone useful. Not that we'll have enough seasons probably to see them now, but never mind. Do you think he's perhaps outgrown Sporting Gijon and needs a new challenge now? We're 2 games from the end of this particular season. I can't recall him if I wanted to. Norwich, by the way, still have Max Aarons. They also have Alan Saint-Maximin, and they're definitely going down this season. Just considerations. Although I really don't need Saint-Maximin now, do I? So yeah, with nothing to play for technically now other than just points, there's no reason not to start Esposito in these last 2, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm also going to try James Maddison in the deep line playmaker role. So yeah, I'll see you at the end of this unless there's some cracking goals in it. Oh, we do get the celebration at the end of this game though. Should I say, we won the game 3-2. There was a late penalty which made things a little bit tight at the end. However, there we are, on the podium at West Brom for some reason, lifting the title there rather than the final day at our own stadium. But never mind. In green as well, which makes it even worse. Not even in our own red and white. Xhaka's our captain, by the way. I think that's Meta doing the cartwheel for us there, but walking around the pitch, Xhaka with the trophy. Jota got 2 goals. I thought the penalty was ours for some reason. I sort of tuned out for a second. I thought he was about to get a hat-trick, but no. Neymar scored. Neymar got injured. Callum Platt They just can't get the ball past him. Could have placed Xhaka with a brick wall, and we'd do worse. We conceded 2 goals today, Callum. Were you not paying attention? Michelle, Jota left a lot to be desired out there. He scored 2 goals. Were you not paying attention? Does anybody actually watch our matches? 3 to 4 weeks, but he got to 20 goals. The depressing thing is, though, Jota's now joined Calvert-Lewin on 14. So I'll see you in full for the final game against Arsenal, which is now Neymarless. So here we are on the final day after what was looking like a reasonably tight contest at the top between several sides. One by one, they dropped away until, well, we're 8 points clear. Not the situation I thought we were going to be entering on this last day. Keep an eye, of course, on the Manchester United result. They're away at Southampton. And in turn, of course, West Brom's over Everton, because that is the position I'm keeping an eye on. The Man United, West Brom in 7th. So for this last one, we'll have Xhaka in goal, Meza, Badiashile, Fofana and Walker. That back line, largely uninterrupted. Brozovic and Maddison, Jota, Palacios and Gallardo, and Esposito up front. And no, we might as well give Calvert-Lewin one last chance up front. Cavani's on the bench. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin up front and Jota on the left, both on 14. They're fighting each other for second place in the goal list. Would have been unfair to have one on but not the other. Arsenal line up with exactly the same formation, in fact. Right from kickoff, that's what we always like. Papetti they've got in their central defence, of course, this year's defender wonder kid, seemingly. Gallardo's intercepted. That's the word I was looking for. Intercepted that ball already. Maddison, Brozovic, Palacios. And if we're about to score within the first minute from their kickoff, that's a statement, isn't it? Although they've got the ball back, Tagliafico. Don't know what's happened to Tierney then, but Tagliafico still coming forward. He has put Darwin Núñez through, who's been quite prolific for them. Not to be just yet, though, as Xhaka hoofs this one up just a couple of minutes later. Bellerin still at the club at right back. I thought Real Madrid had captured him. Maybe that was a different save. Maitland-Niles, Thomas, Saka is in. Oh dear. Says Xhaka should have done better there. But I think at least a portion of the blame lies on Kyle Walker here, who does not really react to Saka moving, really at all. Pulisic on the attack, cleared momentarily, cleared again. Calvert-Lewin on it now. Calvert-Lewin out to the right. Yes, well done, Gallardo. Takes so long on the ball. His opponent there has managed to regather himself. That was a bizarre little exchange, followed by a Gallardo challenge from behind, which somehow pays off. Brozovic to no one. Although Bellerin's missed the header and Jota's still got the ball. This is a really weird highlight. So many weird defensive choices going on in that. We scored from the corner. I was about to say we've nearly scored from the corner, as Badiashile's header was acrobatically saved, but Fofana's there on the rebound. You'll get to see it in full now. Maddison, Badiashile, Leno does well there, but just palms it into the path of Fofana, of all people, and he has the reactions to put it in the back of the net. Talked about corner goals, that didn't go exactly as planned, but it still went in. Meza doesn't get the ball through, that lands at Partey's feet, and now Saka can continue. Although headed clear once more, Jota does get under that and passes it on to Calvert-Lewin. Palacios now, out left, I suspect. Next, no. Oh, great ball through to Calvert-Lewin if he's onside. Great save. I like Palacios is worth more than a 6.6 right now. Meanwhile, Man City are losing to Norwich. Fofana, Pulisic, Meza tackles. Great tackle by Meza. Maitland-Niles. They got the... Oh dear. Someone must have been offside in that. Yes, someone was offside in that. I feel like 3 different instances of offside in that. Disallowed. There we go. Although that was a lot closer than it initially looked. West Brom are absolutely bottling their chance for European football here. That's such a shame. They were top. They were basically unbeaten for half a season. And now they're not even going to get European football. They're going to finish 21 points off the pace. They've equalised. Man United are winning though, so it's irrelevant. Badiashile's got on the end of this set piece. Tackled. On the edge of the box. Suspect it's a free kick if it's a foul, but we'll wait. I mean, I haven't got much choice. At least you lot get the cut. And he's back on the pitch. He's reviewed it. He has given no penalties, a free kick, which I suspected. Okay, so some jiggery pokery sees Curtis Jones on the field, Gomez on the field, and Cavani's come on as well for the last 10 minutes, I now realise. But, well, as 3 very tired players who weren't playing particularly well come off the field. Just noticed the West Brom game got a little bit more exciting, but it still doesn't matter because I think Man United are winning. And it finishes 1-1 in the end. I told them they were unlucky. We did have slightly better XG than them. It wasn't by much. There's 41 million. So 41 million in, 7 million out from the payout. Can't complain how it's gone. It's been a productive season. As neither Calvert-Lewin or Jota get a goal, so they end up joint second. End of season review real quick. The new arrivals, I know he's going to be top of this one already before clicking the button. There he is, Mr. Neymar. 32 appearances, 20 goals, 12 assists. Let's not forget the assist on that one. Jota, 19 starts, 14 goals, 5 assists. Very good. Radovanovic came out. I love the fact that it's Ganso, the one they focused on over here. A+ for him. B for Jota, despite that return. Radovanovic did really well on loan as well. Played 39 games, but got 20 goals as a 19-year-old striker. Not bad. 12 starts, 12 subs for Esposito. 7 goals, 3 assists, 7 rating. Siglio barely featured because of the right-back situation. Nacho played more of those sub-in appearances. Gallardo did well. Kyle Walker only ends up with a 6.9 despite 13 assists. Don't know how that works. I suppose it was the fullback situation early on. The fullback rating issue hadn't been fixed when we started this particular year. Brozovic did well in the end on average. He didn't start particularly well. Witsel played a few games. Izzo played a few. Meza played 29. 6.7 again had the issue. Had the fullback issue, of course. Imagine Jordi Alba, who I've not got to yet, is in a similar boat. Yeah, bottom of that, 6.6. Can't really say for certain how good or bad the fullbacks were on the basis of that issue we had. But Man United ended up with EC2 football. Harry Maguire, come on over. Come on over. B for reaching the quarterfinal of the Champions League. B, look at the run. Real Madrid, Juventus, PSG, Liverpool the undoing. C- from the FA Cup, Liverpool again. And I think that was a weird one, really. 7-2 Aston Villa, 3-0 over Real Madrid, match to remember. Goal of the season was Neymar, as he ran from his own half before hitting a powerful effort from 21 metres. Very early on in the year. That was in an episode. We saw that one. It was the first Champions League match, I believe. Can't click on it now, otherwise I'd have to redo this all. Some of that down from last year. Sponsorship up. Neymar naturally the most shirts. Cavallo and Brozovic. Maddison, Burge. I remember when I signed Brozovic thinking, oh, this is a massive signing. This is going to be the biggest signing we do all year. And then Neymar happened. Who naturally, in team of the season. Gallardo on the right. Palacios in the middle, interestingly. Burge and Brozovic. Meza and Walker there. We'll see what the overall best 11 looks like, actually. But player of the season, Neymar. Young player, Jota, 24 counts. Signing, Neymar. Goal of the season, Neymar. Top goal scorer is Jota, bizarrely. All 14 of those were in the Premier League. All of Neymar's weren't. I suspect is the situation there. 13 assists for Kyle Walker, which would have been the record if Pereira hadn't existed. And Jota actually gets most player of the matches in the Premier League for us, as well, as highest average rating. European Golden Shoe goes to Calvert-Lewin. We'll just quickly look at the overall best 11, which still features Ender Stevens, of course. Adam Smith at right back, which I suppose is fair. Neymar straight in on the left. We had kind of issues on the left-hand side in general. But Bernie's moved into the attacking playmaker role. He was in the midfield, I seem to remember before. Gallardo's gone in there for some reason. Both Gallardo and Edwards are on this pitch. Kyle Walker's made the bench. We were aggressive and clinical and quiet and impenetrable. Love to see that. And next year they want us to top half. I need a new contract. I'm fascinated because the vision says top half. And Neymar says that's exactly the kind of ambition I want to see from a manager. We'll finish in the top half, says the team that just came first. Hey, manager of the year for me. Sheffield United's players in Premier Division of the year. Xhaka, Fofana, Badiashile and Walker, Brozovic. And Brozovic actually surprised me a little bit. Neymar, of course. And Neymar is very happy that all the promises were kept. Brozovic as well. Meanwhile, the board want me to improve the youth level, and I think this is going to be the last action of this particular season. Of course, I'm going to say yes. To Category 1, we've also gone to excellent recruitment as well, so we'll have the best players coming through this academy very soon, although probably won't see the rewards of that until after the save is done. But this save isn't done just yet because the Champions League is now on the radar, Premier League's down, Champions League the target. All in on that from now on. See you for Season 4. Throughout.